Okay, today we're going to talk about CSR. What is CSR? The global financial institution, World Bank, view CSR as the commitment of business to contribute to sustainable economic development working with employees and their representative, the local community and society at large to improve quality of life in ways that are both good for business and for development. Then, Europe United or EU Green Paper proposed that CSR is a concept whereby companies integrate environmental, and social concerns in their business operations, and also in their interaction with their stakeholders in a voluntary basis. And meanwhile, we have Mr. Philip Cutler, and Mrs. Nancy Lee, Cutler and Nancy, and their book on 2005 say that CSR is a commitment to improve community well-being through discretionary business practice and contributions of corporate resources. From the definition above, so we can conclude that CSR is activities undertaken by the company as their responsibility to stakeholders to improve community well-being. Now that you have known about CSR, we're going to tell you about CSR history. First, we have CSR history globally. The first phase of the company's social responsibility to the society began in the United States around in the beginning of 19th century. At that time, America was so rapidly marked by many large companies that appear and live side by side with society. But many large companies abusing their power in terms of price discrimination, hold labor wage, and other behavior that violates human morals. In other words, many companies arbitrarily to the society. It obviously makes people upset and to protest. The second phase of evolution CSR rise on the 1930. At this age, many public protests due to act of company who doesn't care about surrounding society. Everything was only known by the company. And also that time, there has been a worldwide recession massively, resulting in unemployment. And a lot of companies bankrupt. At this time, the world faced with a shortage of capital for production inputs. Workers are forced to stop working. Unemployment is very widespread and harmful to the workers. While for the early history of the use of term CSR was started in 1970s. At this time, many companies provide assistance to the society either of natural disaster, allowance, and EDC. The fame of the term CSR is increasingly becoming cannibals with forks. When the book The Triple Bottom Line of 21st Century Business on 1998 published on the market, this book is written by John Elkington. Elkington wrapped the CSR into three focus that he shortened became 3P is the abbreviation of private, people, and planet. And now we have the history of Indonesian CSR. In Indonesia, the term of CSR was known in the 1980s, but CSR became popular since the 1990s. CSR activities in Indonesia has actually been done for years by the company, but at the time, Indonesian CSR activities known as CSA or corporate social activity. These CSA activities are similar to CSR as a concept and a mindset that is used almost the same. Since 2003, the Social Department recorded as a government agency that is always active in developing the concept of CSR. The government insists that the company needs to consider it's not only limited to shareholders but also stakeholders. And after 2007, when the company's laws number 40 year 2007 issued, almost all Indonesian companies did CSR program. Although it's still ongoing on the stage of looking for popularity and government regulation attachment. So why we should do CSR? Is it important? Yeah, CSR was so important. It can give benefits to society and benefits for companies according to the program. CSR will give more positive impact to the society. This will depend on the orientation and capacity of institutions and other organizations, especially government. Our past studies shows the role of government which related to CSR include the development of a healthy market policy, the participation of resource, political support for CSR actors, create incentives, and also organizational capacity building. For Indonesia, you can imagine the implementation of CSR requires the support of local government, the rule of law, and social order guarantee. In the middle of poverty and underdevelopment problems experienced by Indonesia, the government must act as coordinator to handling of the crisis through CSR. The government may specify areas that are the focus of handling with input competent parties, and after that the government facilitates support and reward business that want to get involved in this great effort. The government also can monitor the process of the interaction between business and other groups. So, what is the fundamental law for CSR? The Indonesian laws about CSR was written in the company's laws. Company's laws number 40 year 2007, section 74 paragraph 1. It said that if companies that run their business activities in the field and or related to the natural resource required to implement social responsibility or CSR and its environment, the company who doesn't carry out the application would receive punishment in accordance to the provisions of legislation. Nowadays, the concept of CSR is growing, and with the development of the CSR concept, there are so many theories appeared about CSR. One of the well-known theory is the triple bottom line. This is this theory gives the view that if a company wants to survive, it must pay attention to 3P. Besides pursuing profit, the company must also pay attention and be involved in the fulfillment of social welfare or people and actively contribute to protect the environmental or planet. Now you already know what CSR is and why you have to know and do CSR in your life. When people start to know about CSR, not only CSR in the world but also how CSR could be known in Indonesia. And don't forget, you also know about the fundamental laws about it. It means that CSR is crucial thing and you have to give attention to it. Last but not least, you now know the main theory of CSR. What is it? What is it? Yes, you were right. It is triple bottom line. Finally, remember the simple but very important three words CSR. Goodbye, have a nice day, and thank you so much.